Blessed love, I am the Honorable Priest Isaac. I am an official priest within the realms of Rastafari of the Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress. I also hold a certification in the craft of ARCHAEOASTRONOMY from Politecnico di Milano in Italy. Our universe and its makeup has always been an intriguing subject for humankind. Astronomy is the study of everything in the universe beyond the Earth's atmosphere. Ancient astronomy is similar, but pays special attention to the physical and spiritual values of stars, planets, moons, and other celestial objects. It also brings in the terrestrial component, being things on an earthly plane, such as plants, human organs, and connects them to the heavenly bodies. In this course, you will learn the makeup of various planets and stars, how to locate them in the night sky, along with their associated constellations. You will also be taught about the earliest civilizations known for their astronomical comprehension, namely Kush, also known as ancient Ethiopia, Kemet, called Egypt today, the Dogons, and the Bozos, as well as the civilization of Sumer. You will also learn about black holes, their nature and origin, as well as how the ancients viewed them. Ancient astronomy is the mother of archaeoastronomy and astrotheology. Both subject areas are covered by the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge. Sign up today. Visit our website, priestisaacinstitute.com, or email us, priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com, for more information. Yes, my family, blessed love, give thanks for your presence with us. Of course, give thanks definitely for the life giver and the keeper of life, Father and the Mother of creation, Negus and Agas. We give thanks for Emperor Haile Selassie I, the power and might of the Holy Trinity. Yes, I welcome you once again into the nest, the tiger's nest. Of course, anywhere that we are speaking, it's the tiger's nest, you know. It doesn't necessarily have to be the radio annals program, the tiger's nest. So we're still in the tiger's nest. And of course, I'm just encouraging everyone to make sure that you are in the house this Sunday. You would have just seen, of course, that promotional introduction video for our brand new Ancient Astronomy certified course, which we are officially launching this Sunday. I'm talking about the 30th day of April, 3 p.m. sharp. And all you have to do to be there is to contact us and get your Zoom link. Remember, the whole theme is education is the key. And of course, we will be opening the doors of the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge. And of course, the Rudiments of Ancient Astronomy is the course plus the short lecture that I'll be giving on that day. A lot of things will be happening on that day. We will be also relaunching the International Homeschool Program. So you don't want to miss that. Of course, you could bring your young ones and the whole family. Make sure you bring the big couch that you have there in the living room and just set it in front of the big smart television and hook up the Zoom. And definitely we will all be there in like theater style, because we will also be presenting or premiering our international premiere of the short documentary film entitled Anu, the Ancient City. We did an official launch here in Antigua already when we had the prize giving ceremony for our essay competition. But of course, now we are officially launching it internationally right on the the Zoom online platform. So all you got to do is to contact us and get your Zoom link. There is no admission at all for this event. It is just, you know, joining hands in hands and bringing love to the family, and let us all sit in and have a wonderful time, and make sure you have your mind set and prepared to be a part of the Ancient Astronomy course that we will be officially launching on that day. So if you do not have your link as yet, just contact us. Of course, you know the email, priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com, or visit the website. All the links are in the description below, priestisaacinstitute.com. Beautiful. Yes, family, we are going to have a wonderful sit down this evening. We have a wonderful visitor with us, an individual who I recently met on a visit that he had here to Anu, the ancient city. And it's a brother that, you know, would have been checking out the works for some time. And I guess I would have been checking out his works too, but unknowingly to myself, yes. We have here with us brother Negus Merkaba. And brother Negus Merkaba is the chief engineer of the I would say at the moment already legendary reggae singer Luciano. He's also the son of the very same Luciano, and he has, you know, graced us with his presence this evening, and I invited him to come and sit with us so we could have a one-on-one discussion on exactly who the good brother is, and you know, some of his insights going forward even in life. My good brother, give thanks for coming into the Tiger's Nest, and blessed love to yourself. How is it?
Blessings, my brother. I'm great, man. I'm great. It was a great day today, you know, and we're giving thanks as always. And, you know, it's a pleasure to be here on this platform that spreads awareness, you know, consciousness and positivity. So it's a blessing.
Yes, my Lord, give thanks. Well, as I said, you know, I know about a few months ago, yourself and, you know, your band and your father and everything would have passed through Antigua, and you were giving a show here. Can't remember exactly where it was, but you know, it was on that visitation that we linked up. I know you had interest in going up the Green Castle Hill, but it didn't really come to fruition at that time. But of course, the future is still ahead of us, you know. And you know, we sat and we reasoned, and definitely it was a very inspirational discussion. And of course, many ones would be for sure acquainted with, as I said, your works, maybe not knowing that it's your works, as you are, again, the chief engineer of an individual who have inspired many, especially in consciousness, which is your father, brother Luciano. So since you have taken the time to sit with us, I wanted to know a little bit about yourself, whatever you could share with the family. You know, please feel free. Just give us a little understanding of who you are, maybe, you know, your background, again, coming up, and maybe how you became a part of the whole network of the reggae fraternity, etc., etc. So please feel free, and we will just take the conversation from there, my brother. Blessed love.
Definitely, my brother. Definitely, man. Well, really, my real name is my last name really is McClymont. That's my father's last name. So it's Negus McClymont. But I like Merkaba, so I, you know, because McClymont is a European name. You know, it's been coming down, but it's a European name. So I kind of replaced it with Merkaba. You know what I mean? But so yeah, I, you know, growing up as being my father's son, I grew up in a Rastafari, in a Rasta's house. This is a Rasta's household, you know, where, you know, growing up, you know, how would I say it the best way? We grew up in a Rasta levity. So I knew a certain levity from I was young. You know, certain foods I didn't even eat, you know. We had a certain approach to life, you know. You know, being kids, we're always wild and still did naive stuff, but you know, we learned so much from my dad. When I say we, I mean my family, you know what I mean? We learned so much from my dad, and that was that was in us from an early age. You know what I mean? So I had my locks from an early age. You know, I mean, growing up as a Rasta child, and you know, that's pretty much the beginning in a nutshell. You know, and then um, I think my becoming an engineer, that's a bit, it's a bit it wasn't my first passion. Let's put it like that.
Of course.
Wasn't my first passion. I think when I was younger, I wanted to be a pilot.
I hear you. Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
So
Of course.
yeah, but I was a good footballer as well, like skill
Mm-hmm.
from the football, isn't it? So
Mm-hmm. See.
that was definitely one of my first passion. You know,
Mm-hmm.
football. I said pilot, this, that. But then it came. I always loved music. I remember even before starting to do schooling in engineering and stuff like that. I I had like we used to record. Like I had a little crew, a little team. Me and my brother as well. Like me and my brothers we used to record. I used to build beats. That's the next thing. My father bought me instruments when I was young as well, so I was playing with drums and stuff like that.
Good. Yeah.
I'm a good drummer. I'm a
Music.
good
Yes.
drummer.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
man. So I love music long time, but it's like it wasn't. It's like I wasn't praying to do it. You know what I mean? But yeah, it came up to me like it came to me like I was saying, you know what? Because I was recording and doing all this stuff. Like I still have so much work that I'm planning to release and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I was recording. Me and my team were doing some great music. And then it came to me. I'm like, yo, if I'm gonna go on the road, cause my dad is always touring. My dad has been touring for like this for a good
Yes,
while
of
now.
course. Yes.
Yeah. So I was like, yo, I want to go on tour with my dad. And I thought about it and I was like, but I have to do something. I can't just travel with him and be there like chilling, puffing weed and you know what I mean? So I said I had to do something.
Hey,
And basically for years I was doing engineering in my like in the back room. So
yeah.
I was like prepping myself for it. And then I went to engineering, like I went to this I don't know if you know him, his name is Computer Paul. He's a great engineer from Jamaica. He built like a lot of great dancehall beats and stuff like that.
No,
You
but
know
I'm
what I
sure
mean?
those in the music the thing may be a little
They
deeper than
they,
me would know.
they know him
Computer
from.
Paul, yeah, man, yeah, man,
You must know Computer Paul, man. Yeah,
yeah, of course, yeah,
he's a legend. He's a legend. Trust me. And he's
I
one
come
of my
across the name
teachers.
several times.
You're right. So
Yeah,
he's one
but
of
as
my
I said,
teachers.
certain ones might be in a little more deeper than I,
Right.
But
Yeah.
go through,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, man. So he taught me a lot. He taught me
Mm-hmm.
so much. You know what I mean? So that was the first. That was my. This was probably my second teacher. You know what I mean? My
Mm-hmm.
first teacher was He's not that as popular, but he's a great engineer as well. You know what I mean? And then so after I learned from both of them, um, I started to go on the road with my dad, and that's when all the magic started really. You know what I mean? Because like I'm a fast learner. You know what I mean? And I'm always learning because you know how it is with knowledge. You're always learning. Even if you're a master at something, you're still learning. You know
Of
what I
course.
mean? All right. So I like we've been all over the world, my brother. We've been all over the world. We've been to Africa. We've been to Middle East. Like we even passed through. We've been to so many places in Europe, Germany. We've been to Brazil. You know what I mean? We passed through Barcelona. You know what I mean? To a lot of places, and that's just to name a few. And then so while doing, even though I learned all these things, I I can remember like doing these shows. A lot of people be like, "Yo," as a young youth as well, like even big, older people who have been in the industry for a good while. They look at me as a young youth and be like, "Yo, you got skills." You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
that pushed me even more. So basically, what I'm saying is, even though I learned a lot from the schooling that I got,
Mm-hmm.
there was this intelligence inside of me that was
Of
working.
course.
Right. So that's pretty much my history with the engineering. Now I'm planning to, as I said, we're coming up with a acoustic album. That's the next move, really.
That's you and your father.
Yeah. So And you know what I mean, we don't really run on Grammy, but that is gonna get a Grammy. I'm gonna tell you that.
I like that.
Yeah, you feel me? But like I oversee on a different level now. Like, you know what I mean? I'm well immersed in it, and you know, I love music so much because I write as well, planning to build some, you know, rhythms. Um, there's so many aspects of the music that I really love, you know, and we give thanks to the creator for blessing me with this gift. And you know what I mean? As a matter of fact, all of that and everything actually led me to even meeting the eye. If you think about it. You know what I say? Because if it wasn't for the show in Antigua, even though I was watching the videos and all these things, if it wasn't for the show in Antigua, I wouldn't have met the eye.
Yes.
All right, so
at least not at that time.
well, yes.
Yeah.
Not at that time, not at that point in time, definitely. Definitely. So that's yeah, that's pretty.
I give thanks. I give thanks to that strength there, man. And you know, even let's say you're doing an acoustic album with your father there. So you work with other artists, by the way.
Yeah, I do.
Mm.
I would I remember I was mixing some stuff for like you know Mikey General, that's like right, you know.
Like
I do a lot
Luciano
of
brother there, man, like his son.
exactly, exactly.
Yes.
He's basically my uncle. I call him uncle, so you know
Okay,
what I mean?
true. Yes,
Right.
it's true.
Yeah, man. So I record a lot of 45s and songs, like you know what I mean, like singles. So I record a lot of singles with artists. I mix for a lot of upcoming artists as well. You know, I have some projects coming up with like some known artists that I'm planning to mix. Hasn't been finalized yet, but we're getting there with that. So yeah, I've recorded a lot of with even Putty Roots, Louis Culture. I recorded a lot of singles with them, and you know what I mean. You might not know I recorded it and stuff like that. Even helped
Of
with
course.
production and stuff like that. And yeah, so
I don't cite that, man. So even Anna, let me pick this one here now, because even this evening, you know, myself and the Empress, we were having a conversation as it relates to music. And you know, okay, yourself, you are younger than myself, you know. And even myself and the Empress, we were talking about age as well and time. And you know, I was even showing her, well, when I came into Rastafari. Now, my journey may have been a bit different than others because I came in seeking God. It was God I was seeking. It. My mind is God, and to the point that I was reading, I was Quran, all kind of thing, and passed through my
yeah,
hand. I trying to figure
yeah,
out how the thing really go, you
right,
know.
right.
And the awakening came, and it was Rastafari that I said. No, although you know, as youth, we would always be into music. I was definitely into a lot of hip hop from them times, from
Yeah,
Eric B and
yeah.
Rakim and EPMD, real hip hop. You know, I don't joke, stripping this.
Yeah, I know Rocky, man. I think that's Wu Tang, right? Wu Tang Clan.
No, not Rakim. You know, Eric B and
Oh,
Rakim. So you see, I got a
oh,
different
oh, you got
realm.
even further back. You got
Right,
further back.
that's what I'm
Yeah, yeah,
talking about. You know,
yeah,
and
yeah,
even
yeah.
Wu Tang as well too.
True, true.
You know, and that level there. So what I'm saying now, as far as the different genre of music, whether it be calypso, whether it be hip hop or rap, and even reggae, you know, there was a time when the music of the day would have also spoken to the younger generation and to their inner passion and their consciousness, even calypso. You know,
Yeah,
in the time of Sparrow and Kitchener and these ones, maybe you would have met some of these people here and the Baron and so. Yes, they have a lot of smutty songs, but in between you could find some real black power sort of lyrics. You know, the music in the 60s and the 70s and even the 80s coming out of the US, whether it be Otis Redding or Marvin Gaye or these brothers. Again, a lot of rubber dub love songs, but in the midst, you
true.
find a lot of consciousness that
It's
would
true.
awaken those who are seeking for it. But
It's
now,
true.
this generation, now, today,
Mm-hmm.
I realized that the music, any one of them genre, whether it's be calypso, which has morphed into soca, whether it's reggae that has become heavy dancehall, or any one of them, they are lacking the anything to move a youth in the right direction.
Right.
Even so, moving them in the wrong direction. And I know I've gone a bit deep, even just for the simple question I was going to ask you. But now, when we were coming far, myself and so, we were very theological to the point that we would sit down and even examine artists.
Yeah.
And the I Father would have come up on the table several times.
Yeah, yeah.
As it relates to, man would even say, man, that man is like some Christian type of Rasta. I just telling you
Yeah.
straight. And I know,
No,
yeah, I know.
yeah. Hey,
Yeah, I
it's not
know,
the
yeah, I
first
might
time
know
I'm
it more
hearing it.
than me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not the
So,
first time I'm hearing it. Yeah.
of course you can be. And even I know I hear the king speak of Haile Selassie, and so a lot of ones will say, no, that man no really, the man no see the king as the God and king and God and king. So now, as you as a mature man now, because even, everyone has their own thought. And even reasoning to the eye, you have a lot of different perspectives on life. And even your travels would have inspired how you look at many other things. So
True.
give me a little understand of your evolution. Yeah, I know you're born Rasta. Okay, yeah. But I know somewhere along the line, there was an evolution, not even to challenge the master teacher, but to add now and to expand, and even soar to different heights on your level. So that evolution, give me a little idea of it, Rastafari.
Well, that's a that's a good thing. That's a good question or a good statement or to find out the evolution. It's a good, you phrased it well, because let's put it like this. With my dad's is because you know what you mentioned about the Christian last and thing, and a lot of people, um, especially in the Rasta community, they it's like a big discussion.
I tell you, I ain't asking.
So, but the thing with my dad's, let me start there first. The thing with my dad's is him. He really looked. He overs and he accepts the divinity of Haile Selassie. He definitely does. He definitely does. You know what I mean? But at the same time, he he will talk about Jesus Christ or Jesus Christus or Essos or however you want us to call this person's name, this character's name. You know what I mean? Because my father is a Bible man. As a matter of fact, my father grew up in the church. Like my uncle is a pastor. My grandfather, which is his father, was he was a big Bible man.
You
You know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
Right. So, like my grandfather, I never met my grandfather. He passed away when my dad was 12, unfortunately. But the stories that I hear, them man, they would talk about Bible for days, bro. Not even food. Not even food. So that's the family my dad is coming from. You know what I mean? So, and I kind of get it because a lot of Rastas would even say that Haile Selassie is the second coming of Christ. So if we look at it at even that level, then how would you as a Rasta then, if you believe that Haile is the second coming of Christ, how would you as a Rasta acknowledge Haile Selassie but left for Christ?
Right.
You see what I say?
Of course,
So,
it's good mathematics. Makes sense.
all right. So I got both growing up. So I to tell you the truth, personally, as I say, everybody has their own mind. We think how we think, to each his own. You know what I mean? So personally, I always had a problem with Jesus Christ, meaning I always had a problem with Jesus Christ from early on. I was like, this cheese, and they always presenting this white version of him, which it didn't really sit well with me, to be honest. That's me personally. You know what I mean? As I said, to each his own. If someone wants to look towards Jesus Christ and find him as their salvation, okay, I wish you all the best. But personally, it never sat well with me, and you know, I always, whenever I think of a Messiah or the Son of God or someone to look towards as a king or someone I could look towards like that, it would be Haile Selassie. Always, from I was younger growing up, from I started to med certain things on a level. That's how I was thinking. So towards to the question about the evolution now, I really, because I never fully delved into the knowledge and research completely about Haile Selassie when I was younger. I just learned here and there. Because as I said, I was a quick learner. As a child too, or as a teenager growing up, but they're around a lot of Rastas. I hear the conversations. There's certain things you'd hear, and then, you'd run with it, really. So I ran with a lot of things earlier without actually researching it and knowing it for myself. You know what I mean? To tell you the truth, I'm gonna be honest. It's your documentary, Master of Ceremony, of the Ceremony. That documentary actually taught me the most about Haile Selassie. I'm gonna be honest. And I'm gonna be honest, isn't it? So, and that's the first video I watched today, and I was like, yo, so that brother here, the man serious, I have to watch more of the video, and that's how that started. But even before I fully researched it, as I said, there was a higher self within me, that intelligence that said, no, man, there's something about this person, Haile Selassie, that resonates with me on a different level.
Of course.
And I knew, I didn't know it for myself, meaning research it, but there's certain facts that I always heard from various Rastas, which mean that it had to have some truth to it. And I was like, yo, this brother, him stand up for peace, him stand up for rights. He's a king, and not only is he's a king just from the royalty that was passed down, right? It's going much beyond that, and so that's where I was initially. But then now, it reached a point where I really started to read and do some research, and I started to realize that this lineage, this spiritual lineage, and the children of light, the light carriers, all of the what would I say? All of these great people over time that has been putting in the work, and you'd call them divine persons, or people who are, the light carriers, I call them. It goes way, way back, or even way forward. You know what I mean? So we have to study that. That's something we have to study and know. So my thing, yes, I look towards Haile Selassie, I know, as a great king and as the father for Rastafari. I definitely do. But I don't just leave it right there. You know what I mean? Not to say I'm pushing him to the side. I would never push the king to the side.
No, there is a deep thinker.
Right.
And the little reason we have there is a deep thinker. That's why I asked what I asked.
Because even the real person, the person that they talk about, Jesus Christ, what I'm learning, his real name is Yeshua. Right? And this is a powerful being. This is a man that did some great stuff. This is why they could have even fabricated his identity and feed it to us, you know what I mean? And had a spin off and mess with us. So there's so much to it.
Yeah, I get that one. He's so powerful that we can use him and flip the script.
Right. And it works. But now it's working for hundreds and hundreds of years. So this is some deep stuff. So that's where that's where I've evolved to.
Yeah, man. Give time. Because even when I mentioned the astronomy course, well, according to you, in the front of the class already. So I said, all right, well, so and a person's mind would have to be, on that level there to even think like that. You know.
Exactly.
So like what I was saying before that, where okay, I know you have a lot of ones like, okay, I think Protege is supposed to be coming around here for what they call sailing week, and you have people like the Grammy winner there, Kabaka Pyramid and Chronics and these
Yeah.
ones
Yeah.
and so and so. All right. But at the same time, the level of thinking that you accommodate, you think you're finding that in the music right now.
I'm gonna tell you,
And I
specifically
gone
reggae.
high, you know, I'm not even talking about the state of our youth right now.
Yeah.
I gone like real thinking now. You think a deep thinker now. You think
Yeah.
that can be accommodated in the kind of music that we get in.
Hey, I respect Kabaka, Pyramid, I respect Protege, I respect Chronics, I respect all these young youths that are doing conscious music. Cause you know, at the end of the day, I don't listen to just one music, one genre. You know, you have some man that say, oh, reggae alone, I listen. I hit on the soul. I
Yeah,
listen to good music. I listen to any music that's good, that has a good vibration, that has a good message. That's good music. When I say good music, I'm not just talking about the quality of the sound. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the quality of the content as well.
the context, of course.
That's good music. So I respect these, my brothers doing this work, but at the same time, it's in a place right now, the whole world. But since we're talking about music, music is in a place right now where a lot of the good is being overshadowed by the bad.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? The good will always prevail still, we know that. But this is the situation at hand where the music is so corrupted, bro. It's so corrupted. The most trending thing is we are chopped. Do you know the terminology we are chopped? You never heard it?
No, free me up with that one. No.
All right. So we are chopped meaning it's a term meaning we are chopped. So like we are chopped somebody meaning we're scamming them. So all of these young youths, right now you see how some 16, 17, 18-year-old driving Bimmers. You're like, how they get a Bimmer there? They're chopping. They're scamming people from overseas. And then they sing about it and act like it's like, oh, man, now for work again, don't be stupid, but yes, so me a chop, I'm making a lot of money. That's the mentality of this generation now. You know what I mean? You really find you like myself where I would never release a song like that. You know what I mean? I stand up for truths. I stand up for rights. So that's the situation at hand with the music, where most of these youths and a lot of people sleep on the chronics, they sleep on the kabaka. Most of those music are it's more accepted overseas.
Overseas.
International. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's the case. You know what I mean? And
Right, yeah.
yeah.
But influence wise, like I just checking a thing, I think it's Japan and Sizzler around there, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So one's like some of them old guards now.
Yeah.
Imagine Sizzler and them is old guards now. You imagine that, eh? Well, to me. Remember, I was there when they spring out of the earth. Eh? But anyway,
Exactly.
so like ones like let's say Junior Reed and ones that what kind of influence they have? Buju Banton just come out of prison. He have some nice songs that he put on the table. What influence they have with the youth, not with people that are my age as such.
Yeah.
But with those same 16 years old, 16, 17, because they had a serious lock on 16, 17-year-olds when they were closer to 16 and 17-year-old.
Yeah.
But now
True.
that they are 40 and 50-year-olds, what grip do
Influence
they
do they have
have
right
on
now?
people maybe your age and younger?
And they do play a big part because they have they're like staples.
The
There are
stable.
staples in the industry. You know what I mean?
But they
So
still get overshadowed a bit
they
by,
do.
yeah.
They do because unfortunately, people they love what's not good for them. It's very unfortunate, but people love a lot. And the thing is, you reason like we know enough of my brethren them are chop. When I say brethren, I mean, we know them from long time. We used to go to school,
School
but
and
them end up take up certain things that me and you can't even be brethren again because you have a certain mentality. You know what I say?
Yeah, you can, of course.
Right. So I can tell you this, most of Jamaica, if it's not chopping, or if it's not about violence, or if it's not about woman broke out, rare, this, that, they don't really want to hear it. So the influence that these artists have, they do, they do have an influence. When they put out a big song and it's conscious message, it touches them, but it's like the job wasn't even really done, if you know what I mean. It's like you just get a buzz. You just get a buzz for now, and then we're back to the regular. We're back to the program. We're back to the program. So, the Bujo, the Junior Reed, even my Papa, Capleton, Sizzler, all of these,
I win.
the I win, they do have an influence and they're still heard because, as we say, Jamaica, them boss already. So when them put out a song, yeah, man, people are gonna listen and, you know what I mean? But they don't jump to it. Like even when Queen Africa put out a song when they Proud of Myself. I don't know if you've heard of it.
No, I don't think I'll come across it.
All right, when you get the chance, listen to it. It's a good song. Because when you listen to that, you really feel proud of yourself. So me I say, nice song, nice rhythm, great message. Like
Top of the charts.
It hasn't reached there yet, but hopefully it reaches there. But my point is, that music, it's life. That's good energy. It will last forever. But most of the people down here, and it's happening because we have a lot of, you still have fans at America, Canada, these places, they love the Jamaican music. But what they love is the stuff that's not really good for them, bro. You know what I mean? Them love like, what would that be one of the most crazy songs that's running the place? Like now they have this song where them are talk about, and most of the song them where them are make.
All them sound like to me.
Exactly my point.
They're the same thing, ding, dong, dong, ding, dong,
Right.
Same,
Bruv, the amount of liquor, want $1 million, and what they doing with it? They ain't doing nothing with it. If them even make money on Ray, what are they doing?
It's terrible, man. Because my thing is I'm very concerned with the younger generations. My work is about the youth. I think when you came around here, we were in the middle of setting up the essay competition, and I mean, I even contributed to it as well too. And give thanks as well for that. But okay, I don't want to put you on the spot, but it's two people here now.
Go ahead, my brother. Go ahead, man. I flow like that. I'm good.
Yeah, what part from you being an insider?
Yeah.
What part does the government play? I'm gonna tell you why I mentioned that too. And the not the promoters really, but who are these? The executive producers, the record dealers.
Yeah, the producers.
And why I mentioned government, because where you are from is notorious. It's almost like it's not even shamefaced anymore, especially when it comes to politics and violence. I don't know if I have to go too deep to explain what I say.
No.
And I know it plays to the music as well. So this, because remember how I started this section of the discussion, I can remember when there was always something reserved for the youth of that time in the music they were listening to. There's nothing reserved now. For any youth to get something out of the music, they have to go back a few generations. Okay, see, like I could have still go back and take up a Burning Spear and an Israel Vibration, but even if I didn't have that mind frame, as I said, I could have still sat with one or two good sounds. Maybe you hear a Melchizedek, a Chesedek come out with or something. Now there's nothing even positive. being said. Nothing.
Hey,
You think this is planned like that again by the
yes,
record dealers
yes,
and even beyond that? Because
yes,
somebody profits off of this,
of course.
not the choppers, There's somebody else
You're
getting
right. You're
right.
right.
Okay, go through.
All right. It's a great question, bro, because now we're talking about the ones pulling the strings. Is what I
Them
say?
people.
Right. So remember, the people who run the world, this is their agenda. Or their agenda is to keep us in the dark. See? It's like the hamster on the wheel. You know the hamster on the wheel?
Oh,
That's it, bro.
not going anywhere.
You see what I say?
Running no joke.
So once they have you like that, boom, the plan is working. You see what I say? So when it comes to all right, look what you know how much guns. Well, I'll touch some touchy part of the thing I know.
Yeah, let me hear, man.
Yeah, do you know how much guns get shipped into Jamaica on a, I would probably say monthly basis or every other month or whatever it may be? I'm talking about containers of guns, brother. How is that passing the port? Come on. And every now and then you see them will bring up one container and say, yo, look how fine. Every now and then. Very rarely. Just to make it look good, you see me? So they perpetuate violence. They perpetuate people having illegal guns, weapons. They also, I was even hearing something the other day. I think I was watching one of these I think it was one of these top persons from overseas in America, and they were, somebody who is in the music field, and they were saying that, hey, these record labels and not even so much, not even the labels alone, because labels, they're not really, it's not like back then when the labels were making money and, you know what I mean, you needed them. Nowadays, you don't really need the labels, but
true, man.
Yeah, most of these
as a writer, you need no publisher,
exactly. So most of these people who, like even the people them who have money who will push you, like someone who will manage you, or someone who will, you know what I mean, who will help you to get your stuff out. Them I'm gonna tell you, even on a yard, it's the same thing here in Jamaica as well. These people who have the studios and somebody who will side with you, meaning they will help you with money to push your music or whatever your career, they're gonna tell you that, listen, even the young girls them will want to bust and sing. Guess what I'm gonna tell them? Listen, you have to sing about sex. You have to expose yourself. The young youth them, you have to sing about guns. This is what the people want to hear. So they are pushing it so much. You know how easy it is? You know this as well. It's very easy for the government to say, hey, this cannot be played.
Yeah.
Very easy, bro. So it's easy for, it's so easy for the government and people with legislative power to say, listen, these music cannot be played, but they love it because it keeps the people in darkness. And the system, the cogs of the machine, it keeps working, it keeps spinning. You know what I mean? So that's what the bigger heads do. You know what I mean? They feed from it. You know what I mean? Not like there's a lot of money that's made from war and crime and violence. A lot of money. A lot of money that's made from it. You know what I mean? So it's all about money and power and keeping us in darkness. So that's their influence. You know what I mean? And if you decide so you're gonna go in a government, it's like we have a saying down here in Jamaica. If you want to become a police and think so you are gonna change the force or the academy, you're a dead man. You're a dead man. Because it's well corrupted, my G. Well corrupted. You have enough police brethren where even where they may reason with a police brethren where I say, yo, right now I'm gonna do forex. I'm plan for the forex trading and crypto and go do business because him going to the police force to stop crime, and he has to be looking over his shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
see, as they look over your shoulder, the phone ring there.
all right,
Careful there.
right, true
Careful what you
word, true
say.
word.
Word sound is power. Yes,
Trust
my
me.
Lord, give thanks, well, and I'm gonna keep you to the longest, but still, what you were touching upon there, as I
Yeah.
said, it's all about the youth, and I know that, there's a lot of influence, again, even in the work that you're doing. And I'm glad that could have brought out even to those who are listening how it's important to look deeper than what is really on the surface, pardon me. Again, as a deep thinker again, what you think of Midnight's music, Vaughn
Oh
Benjamin
man.
and Ronnie
Oh
Benjamin, because you're a musician,
man.
and I just talking about Vaughn and Ronnie
Yo,
Benjamin.
when I listen Vaughn and Midnight and even Desiree and
Mm.
these beautiful and wonderful artists, man, I go into a higher vibration immediately. That's what music is for. And music
Yes,
was
of
made.
course.
Yeah, music was made. Music are sounds. Music are vibrations. It's frequencies that you know. Initially, it was either made to serenade you, to entertain you, to calm you, to relieve stress, to lift your vibration. Music was made to tell us, say, yo, um, make we go buy a big buckle of Hennessy and shell the club and
Share the club, then easy.
like I said, that wasn't the aim, bro. So we
Uh,
definitely lost our sense of direction.
let me try to make
And
CNN headline.
yeah, that's an exactly. So when I hear artists like that, my brother,
Share the club.
my heart smiles, bro.
Yeah,
My
man, of
heart
course.
smiles. And
Mm-hmm.
it motivates me to do good music and to keep on the chart, to keep on the mission. You know what I mean?
Respect.
And yeah, I give thanks for music like that.
Yeah, man. Give thanks to
Mhm.
their strength as well.
Come on,
Yes,
brother,
my
man.
Lord. Yeah, give thanks. I'm gonna share something with you and the family even before I go there. Let me just make sure I have it lined up here. As as I said, we're gonna be launching our Ancient Astronomy course
Right.
this Sunday. And again, it's all about just a Zoom link. For the family listening, is just a Zoom link. All you have to do is get your Zoom link and be there with us, a very simple thing. But what I want to do also that day, we're going to be premiering our documentary, our brand new documentary. I don't know if you got to see our documentary, A Pedimek, but if not, take a look at it. But this
I
one
will.
is
I will.
a short documentary that we did entitled Anu the Ancient City. And even just like your upbringing, my son is really the videographer and does all the graphic designs right now
Yeah.
on all of our works. Even the Ancient Astronomy Course.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
11-year-old is the
Yo.
mastermind behind the
Yo.
engineering. So
Yo.
obviously he's learning what I'm saying while he's putting it together,
Right.
all a
Right.
part of the
Right.
strategy.
Right.
But anyway, what I want to share with you and the audience here, this is just a touch of the video Anu, the ancient city. This is not the beginning. This is not the end. This might be somewhere in the middle. So I'm just going to give yourself, my Lord, treat the eye and the audience. We don't really show this here. No. We're waiting until Sunday for everyone to come and sit in
Right.
and watch the full video. But this is just a touch of Anu, the ancient city. In 1492, Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Several months after in the western world, he came across the island known as Walladli, which he renamed Santa Maria de la Antigua, one of the holiest churches in Spain. It is also said that for one reason or the other, he never stepped foot on the land. We have already witnessed in this documentary the spiritual characteristics of the island, Santa Maria de la Antigua, which means Saint Mary of the Ancient. The word Antigua means ancient from time immemorial. Its ancient spirit can be seen not only in its connection to ancient Kemet and ancient Heliopolis, not only in the countless of megaliths that align with the stars and the zodiac belt and the full array of constellations, but even in our lingua, the language, the dialect, what some refer to as the Creole of the people of Waladli, which we have called Wadadli, Antigua. The dialect is called Rabak, and within it you find words that are directly not only connected to the motherland, but connected to the name of God specifically. Nyam, which means to eat in Antigua's dialect, is an Akan, West African word for God. Wadu is also another word for God. Gimiam and Afumi, which means give it to me and it's mine, respectively, are both names, African terms for the Most High. Awe Yogo, which we would consider, where are you going? Awe Yogo is a chant you would hear the Ifa priestess recite. This is but evidence to show you the spiritual nature of the island of Antigua, Santa Maria de la Antigua, the ancient land. It is named after a church estimated to be 108 square miles by nature. The Vatican City sits on 108 acres of land, as the number 108 is extremely mystic. For it is said that the universe is made up of 108 elements. This is according to ancient texts. The current periodic table claims a few more than 108. The diameter of the sun is 108 times that of the diameter of the earth. The average distance from the earth to the sun is equivalent to 108 suns in a row. The average distance from the earth to the moon is equivalent to 108 moons in a row. And in Zen Buddhism and many other ancient rites from the Eastern world, they would use 108 in their chants and the amount of beads that they would use for prayer. 108 is the square mileage of Antigua, Santa Maria de la Antigua. Now we just had a little itch in there, but that's just the technology there for the moment. It's much smoother than that. But when they come in Sunday, they're gonna see the whole film and get it properly from the beginning to the ceiling. Yes, my lord, that was just a little 4-minute excerpt. I don't know what you think of it.
Hey, bro, that's some knowledge right there, because
Wow.
I didn't even know that the part that astonished me.
108?
Eh? No, the 108, I didn't know that. I didn't know that as well about I didn't know that the special attributes to that number. I didn't know that, which that's interesting. But the part that astonished me first is Christopher Columbus could even set a foot on the island. I wonder why.
Well, the mystic of
Energy.
it. Yeah, the energy, man, the energy. You'd have to really go through that book, Anu. I think Anu, Ancient and Modern, and But anyway, when you come in Sunday on the
Yes,
Zoom link, you get the full vibes. And
yes,
as I
yes,
say, we launch in
definitely.
the astronomy course. That is something I'm even encouraging the governments around here to get into the youths them head. That's why we have a whole astronomy homeschool program for little children. Because these youths again, if you notice this youths we're talking about, these youths ain't got nothing in their head really. So
Yeah,
with
it's
nothing
true.
in your head and a gun in your hand, it's problems.
Problems, yeah,
I
problems.
mean, a man can have a gun in his hand and have something in his head.
Right.
You check it out.
No, no, you're more of a you're a conscious weapon at that time.
Of course.
All right.
You might need a man like that around you. Yeah, thanks.
All right.
But yes, my lord,
Most
give thanks for
definitely.
your presence. And of course,
Most
I know
definitely.
I'll be seeing you on Sunday for sure.
Most definitely.
Um, any sealing words you want to give to the audience?
Most
The
definitely, man.
family was telling you blessed love there.
Oh yeah, man. Blessings to the family, man.
Yeah,
Trust me,
man.
man.
Give
Trust
thanks,
me.
give thanks.
Definitely.
Mm.
Yeah. I would say, to all the ones watching that, look into yourself, find your true self. You know what I mean? Learn to think for yourself. Don't be afraid to question things, you know. Always move with the light. Always be positive.
And
You
before you
know.
go, but as you say, move with the light. Sorry to the Merkaba is like this, the body of light, isn't it?
That's exactly what it is. It's an
Okay, right.
Merkaba is a Hebrew word, but it's actually three
Mm-hmm.
words: Mer, Ka, and Ba. You know
Back.
what I mean? Mer, that's light. Ka,
Mm-hmm.
that's spirit, and
Mm-hmm.
and Ba is the body.
It's true, it's true.
Right. So it's
Amazing
really,
telling.
yeah, man. It's really a representation of the word and the symbol, because it's a star, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
a
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
representation of the vehicle which ascends to a higher dimension. You know what I mean? So a lot of people say the Star of David, they don't really know where it's coming from. They think it's just this Jewish symbol which represents supernatural power and ward off evil energies and it's much deeper than that. You know what I mean? It represents you finding your true light self and your light body. You know what I mean? And there's other aspects to it as well, but that's why I love that name so much. You know what I mean? It's the two tetrahedron. It's like the
Yes.
right. So that's just a piece of that. But yeah, to move with the light. Always
Power.
move with the light and show love, spread love. You know what I mean? And try to because what I realize in life, you know, you should know your power as well. Talking to the audience here, know your power. We're powerful beings. Walk in power, walk in confidence. Know the power of your mind. Be careful of what you think. You just might manifest it. And once you know your power, you know your true self. You're only gonna rise. You're only gonna rise from there. So, and be careful with the programs that the system is giving us, man. You have to really look into these things. You know what I mean? That's why schools like where Honorable Priest Isaac, the courses and the school that he does for younger kids and the knowledge that he spreads, his platform. This is a great place to come and get knowledge because they're not giving you this in regular schools, and you know what I mean. This not teach on the regular chalkboard and the mark board.
Chalk and dark.
Yeah, no, so it's all about this. That's it. That's
Give
it, man.
thanks, my brethren.
Oh gosh, my brother, man.
Wonderful moment.
Trust me, my brother, man. I'm I'm,
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to Sunday, man, because you're one of my teachers, so
yeah, man.
yeah, man.
I know a few ones gonna stop you and tell you, yeah, man, I see you. I see you in the Tiger's Nest, man. You're not easy.
Yeah, for real, for
Yeah,
real, for
man.
real, for
Give
real,
thanks,
man.
my Lord, and all blessings and power. And we have to do some. Well, we don't talk already behind stage, backstage, but enough works we have to do even for them same youths, man.
Of course, of
You
course.
know.
Even we we're coming up. Remember, we're coming up with a new podcast as well. Hopefully, that can fit into your schedule real well, because I know you're a busy individual. So yeah, that's gonna be a great move.
Yeah, man,
One of the many great moves that we're doing. Yeah, my Wi-Fi moving a little bit weak right now, but yeah.
Come on.
You know, well, give thanks for having me here. Bless up the family. You know what I mean? And looking forward to Sunday and many more, my brother.
Yes, my Lord.
Yeah, man.
All powers, you know?
Yes, I.
Give thanks, give thanks.
Yeah, blessed love.
Blessed love.
Yes, I.
Yes, family, we definitely give thanks once again for my Lord passing through, the good brother Negus, Macaba, and of course, really sharing some vibration with us and giving us a lot of good information there, kind of keeping us up to speed on what's going on the ground where he is, and of course, even in the music world, etc., etc. So we're very thankful. So again, family, just gotta leave you with a reminder for Sunday. You know, if you look on the flyer here, you can see the Zoom link. So just record it quickly. If it looks a bit too complicated for you, because I never did none of that. All you got to do is contact me and I will send you the link and you just press it. You can press it now and you could sit down and wait until we come on Sunday at 3 p.m. But it's going to be a wonderful day. Eh? I don't know. Don't underestimate the whole activities for Sunday. I mean, again, it's going to be like you're going to the cinema. Not cinema, you know, in the right amount. Yeah, of course, it's like a Sunday matinee. A beautiful short documentary film. You just got a touch of it a moment ago, a little bit of itch and glitch, but that's not how it's going to be on Sunday for sure. And then at the same time, remember, we're going to be relaunching the International Homeschool Program. Bring the young ones in so they can see what we have to offer, and you can see what we have to offer and what's available. And then really the highlight of the day, the Rudiments of Ancient Astronomy, which will be a lecture plus the launching of the course. If by chance you're seeing this video after the course has been launched, well, just contact us and get more information on the course, because it's definitely readily available to each and every one. So just contact us, family, priestIsaacInstitute@gmail.com. The link is in the description below, and get more information, get your link, and of course, join us on the website, priestIsaacInstitute.com. Everything is there. Radio Anu. Make sure you join me on Radio Anu. That will be tomorrow evening for another edition of the Tiger's Nest. Remember, the Tiger's Nest comes to you every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Every night, basically. 7 p.m. You know, right there on Radio Anu. Beautiful family. Give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life. Holy Emmanuel, I, Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. Blessed love, I am the Honorable Priest Isaac. I am an official priest within the realms of Rastafari of the Ethiopia-Africa Black International Congress. I also hold a certification in the craft of ARCHAEOASTRONOMY from Politecnico di Milano in Italy. Our universe and its makeup has always been an intriguing subject for humankind. Astronomy is the study of everything in the universe beyond the Earth's atmosphere. Ancient astronomy is similar, but pays special attention to the physical and spiritual values of stars, planets, moons, and other celestial objects. It also brings in the terrestrial component, being things on an earthly plane, such as plants, human organs, and connects them to the heavenly bodies. In this course, you will learn the makeup of various planets and stars, how to locate them in the night sky, along with their associated constellations. You will also be taught about the earliest civilizations known for their astronomical comprehension, namely Kush, also known as Ancient Ethiopia, Kemet, called Egypt today, the Dogons, and the Bozos, as well as the civilization of Sumer. You will also learn about black holes, their nature and origin, as well as how the ancients viewed them. Ancient astronomy is the mother of archaeoastronomy and astrotheology. Both subject areas are covered by the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge. Sign up today. Visit our website, priestisaacinstitute.com, or email us, priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com, for more information.